the Grizzlies. For Minnesota, the stars have aligned, performing better than last season. You can feel the energy and excitement around this club as they continue their upward trend. Grizzlies, Timberwolves, coming right up after this. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at Memphis. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season. And, of course, there's Minnesota, 2 games back.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
Yeah, they're kind of in that caught in the middle type, you know what I mean? Wonder if they need a personnel change to get over the hump.
Before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thank you very much. Jaren Jackson Jr. is continuing in his father's NBA footsteps. Asked about that influence, Jaren said, just his heart for the game and tenacity. You have to be able to shoot and play defense because you don't want to be a liability. At the end of the day, my dad did all of that, and he won a ring. Kevin Jaren Jr. wants that last part, too.
I can see why, DA, and I think he's well on his way. Thank you for that one. Should be a very tactical game tonight. Both teams, Greg, relying on execution in the half court.
Yeah, and that requires ball movement, player movement. You can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Up at the forward spots, it's Anderson and Jackson. Morant is out there with Tyus Jones. And it's Kabongo in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Minnesota, Patrick Beverly out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Towns. Then there's Edwards. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 4 slot. Here's Vanderbilt. Right side Towns. Here's Russell. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Making use of the mid-range area of the court. Russell, when the D gives him up, he takes it.
Morant against Beverly. Back to Morant. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Assist from
An efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
Outside Edwards. It's tipped. Inside. Stolen by Beverly. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Towns with the ball. That one good for 2.
Incredible offensive force. Towns showing that strength and touch off.
Defensive
This guy
foul.
can do it all.
That's his first
Towns,
personal
not
foul.
known for his rim
First team
protection,
foul.
but he's improved in that
At the
area
line for
recently,
Minnesota,
challenging
Paul
and
Anthony
changing
Towns.
more shots.
At the line for 1.
And with Towns, Greg, you knew he had the potential for rim defense, and it became a focus for him.
Yeah, and a lot of defense is putting in the effort. Credit Towns for improving in that area, and we'll see if he can take another step defensively.
Now here's Anderson. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game, 5 to shoot. Here's Morant. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
He gets a lot of attention. I mean, Morant can expect this kind of rough treatment anytime he takes it inside.
Here's Edwards. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And they recover it. Towns finds Russell. Good, and his assist goes to Towns.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Morant. He's a player that you can only hope to slow down as he averages nearly 28 points a game. No problems knocking that one down.
Anderson.
Oh, man. A sound perimeter shooter who massively improved his jump shot over the years. A testament to Anderson's work ethic.
And stolen by Kabongo. Anderson outside. Up top, Morant. Edwards against Anderson. Jones, no one around him. Good on the three-point shot.
They've come out the locker room. His eye. 4 for 4 to start the night.
Over in the corner, Edwards. The shot from the low post is good.
And even when under duress, Edwards stays calm, which is what allows him to still score on tough defense.
And so here's Memphis. Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Morant's got his third bucket of the night.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive role.
Now here's Towns. Boy, he was something else against San Antonio.
Whenever Towns gets these types of looks, he's consistent at spraying.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. It's Morant with the drop.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear though he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
And that one's good. Russell.
There's some contact here, but Russell is not intimidated. Comes through it to finish strong.
Here's Morant. Really played well against the Clippers in his last outing. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in his zone.
One-on-one fast break. Vanderbilt with the block. Towns against Anderson. Towns, the bounce pass. Out to Edwards. Connects from three-point range. Edwards got his second bucket tonight.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown, stretching that defense.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And Anthony Edwards, the top pick of 2020. Not the most polished player early on, but his ceiling is
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. The Monsters checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Taurean Prince comes in for Vanderbilt. And it's Beasley in for Patrick Beverly. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Kabongo. He comes in for Jaren Jackson. Culver's checked in for Anderson, and it's Bain in for Morant. So many top picks come in ready to play, Greg. Edwards is part of a class that needed more time.
Yeah, the talent is clearly there. And don't forget the pandemic cutting the college careers of many of the 2020 draftees short. Edwards, though, has all the tools to be an incredible wing player. Punch, counter punch, impressive offensive production early on.
Yeah, and this is what you love to see. Both teams going at it, working to get to their spots and cashing in.
Here's B. It's deflected. Here's the Monster. 3-point game his last outing. Here's Edwards. No stopping in the air. Jams it in his foul. Chased out for a 3-point play.
Defensive foul.
Steven Adams picks one up.
And he's got more than a few
That's a
plays.
personal foul.
Edwards will be
Second team
aggressive
foul.
when he has to initiate
At
contact
the line for Minnesota,
and create the and one
Anthony
opportunity.
Edwards.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Look, they came out of the locker room hot, and it got contagious. They've been knocking down jumpers like they were layups in the first half.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
1:15 left in the first quarter. Prince kicks to Edwards. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's the Monster. Back to Edwards. 2 on the clock. Here's Russell with the 3. Sinks the triple. Russell's got 11 points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
59 seconds left to play in the first. Conchar, the pass to Adams. Here's Bain. Gives it up and off the pretty assist.
Assist
And
goes
it's
to
coming easy for them
Steven
right now. 5
Adams.
baskets in a row in the paint.
Passes to Beasley. Here's the monster. Back to Russell. Lets it go with a 3. Conchar pulls it in. The Grizzlies trail by 3. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's blocked. Here's the monster. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The 11-footer, D'Angelo Russell getting it done for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We've got more in store for you right after this. And one of the better young two-way big men in the NBA, Jaren Jackson. He talked about how his defensive responsibilities grow.
Probably be more of a backline help, talk more, give more help for the rotations because, you know, depending on what team you play, there's a lot of specific things you got to do to guard a certain players.
Now with his 7'4" wingspan, Jackson has all the tools to be an elite rim protector.
But advanced understanding of positioning. His father was an NBA player, so he's been taught the game from a young age.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Oh, yeah. Love the ball movement so far. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Brandon Clark. Also Williams out there. And it's Conchar in at the point guard position. Pass to Bain. With the shot. Misses, and he wants that one back.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
Now here's Beasley. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. A nice shot by McDaniel.
Jalen Noel with the assist.
Here's Conchar. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Beasley. That's his
The
first
teams
personal
often try
foul.
to slow down point
First
guards
team
with
foul.
bigger defenders. But, Greg, you locked up without that.
The line for the Grizzlies.
How'd you do it?
John
All
Conchar.
athleticism,
Taking
Kevin,
2 shots.
and a lot of desire.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he knocks down the first one. Ja Morant, he's checked in for Memphis. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Now here's Beasley. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Reed kicks to McDaniel, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Minnesota looking to switch. Towns is checked in. Cabango, he's checked in for Memphis. The Grizzlies trail by 5. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Memphis ball.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's Conchar. Williams finds Morant. Here's Conchar. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Minnesota leads by 3. Outside, Towns. Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. To the inside. Concho. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
What a pass from Morant. I mean, he does a terrific job staying alert and seeing those opportunities. Yeah, selected second in 2019. Kevin John Morant, the highest draft in Ohio Valley.
That's his second personal foul. First
And
team
he became the
foul.
second Grizzly ever to win.
Grizzlies substitution.
Rookie of the year joining Paul Gasol.
Vanderbilt's checked in for the Timberwolves. Memphis also making some changes. Jaren Jackson comes in for Tillman. And Jones subbed in for Concho. Here's Towns. Count it. Towns has got 7 points. Now, some people felt, Chris, that John Morant was an all-star snub in his rookie year.
Well, you look at what he accomplished in year one. Magic Johnson, the great Isaiah Thomas, and Trae Young was the only 20-year-old rookies to average at least 17 points and 7 assists per game. That's some lofty point.
Minnesota leading by 5. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And one of the offensive forces in the league. When Towns works to score, it is really hard to keep him from his spots.
For Minnesota, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Noel. And Memphis also making a switch. He's checked in for Kabongo. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. He'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. That one a little long. For Minnesota, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. Towns with it. He's picked up by Morant. Back to Towns. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Morant. And nothing is falling for him right now. At the top of the key, Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
And this offense is in a perfect
J-Mac with the assist.
see how they're finishing their play.
Right now, it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Morant finds Jones. Back to Morant. On the wing, Jackson. And again, Memphis no good.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Here's Vanderbilt. No points in the game yet for him. That one drops for him.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. Timeout called. The Grizzlies come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
As long as you do that, you put yourself in a good position to win, no matter if you're home or away.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. The Monsters checked in for Vanderbilt. Edwards comes in for McDaniel. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Jordan McLaughlin. Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Culver comes in for Williams. Now here's Morant. He's got 10. 6 on the shot clock. Good on the triple.
Jared Culver.
Culver's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Shooting off the catch is about confidence. There, Culver demonstrating how it's done.
Driving inside.
Number
Boom,
20.
he jams it straight down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Here's Morant after the basket by Minnesota. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
And this team
Assisted
looks to Culver.
Tyus Jones.
This is his role, and he's proving quite effective at it.
Here's Edwards. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Every time they get
Defensive
some
foul.
it's coming from inside the
That's
paint.
his first
Well,
personal
we're looking
foul.
at teams with first-year
13
coaches,
foul.
Chris. How long do you think it usually
At
takes
the
to get
line
up
for
to speed
Minnesota.
with the new system?
Anthony.
You know, it depends, Kevin. You have veteran players on your team. Is it a familiar a system that guys have seen before. Young squads, they take a little bit more time.
2 minutes remaining in the half.
They take
2
to the
minutes.
All-Star break or so.
Jared
Finally coming
Culver.
around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
The pass to Russell. 1:44 left in the first half of basketball. That one goes. Counted.
And look at Russell bringing the intensity. He's stronger now, willing to mix it up inside no matter who's on it.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. It's Anderson with the drive. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D team focus on one player. And no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And here's Anderson after D'Angelo Russell hitting the 3. Not going to go that time. Towns with the defensive effort. There's 57 seconds left in the first half. From past the arc, Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 14 points for the game.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. Deep, struggling to keep up.
To the paint, it's tipped. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Kicks it out to Jones. Shot clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Payne, no good.
Golden opportunity that you can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Here's the monster. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Timberwolves passing it around. Edwards can't hit. Pass to Bain. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Timberwolves lead by 16. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Carl, you guys have built a lead. What is the key to maintaining or increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. So stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
You had the advantage in the first half. We'll see if you can keep that advantage in the second half. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. What a start for D'Angelo Russell. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals. Blocking out, maintaining position, and going strong to the basket. If they board like that in the second half, this league will continue to grow.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Just bad interior defense from them throughout the half. They're getting pushed around, not protecting the rim, allowing easy looks. That's kind of the love to face. I've had at least 30 by the
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for joining us. Third.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We've got Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell out there, Patrick Beverly. Then there's Towns, and it's Vanderbilt in at the power forward position. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Kabongo, and the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
That dime, courtesy of Morant. Now, I love to play with Shaw. I mean, he's always looking to move that rock.
And if you're wondering if Ja Morant lacks for confidence, well, look no further than his point guard moniker. This kid is fearless, and he's hungry. And he plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
Edwards, and there it is for him. 16 points for Anthony Edwards.
Don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Down low, here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And Greg, you talk about the fearlessness for Morant, reminiscent of Allen Iverson, the way he throws his body all around.
I mean, get knocked down, get right back up. At the same time, at 6'3", he can add strength to that frame. I know that's the goal of his as he looks to absorb contact and dish out a little of his own.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. And yes, it's good. Russell's got 18 points.
It's the fast break before the defense has a chance to set up. That comes from Russell's high basketball line.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Morant left side, over Russell, and the rejection by Towns. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. As NBA revenues climb into the tens of billions of dollars, teams have even more resources to compete. Staffs are growing with more coaches, trainers, and specialists, so general managers have more to manage than ever. Generally, the best organizations are those that effectively collaborate and communicate across the board. Kevin?
And DA, as we know, that's always been the case. Thank you. Towards the Timberwolves now. Fires the three. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
That's too good to get there from behind the arc.
And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. Trailing by 19. He takes it in. That shot missing, so Minnesota will take it the other way.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Jones against Russell. Back to Towns, and stolen by Kabongo. Anderson outside. The dish to Morant. Passes it to Kabongo, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. He's checked in for Kabongo. Clark comes in for Jackson. Williams, he's checked in for Anderson. And Conchar subbed in for Morant. Now here's Beasley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And he makes that one. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And Jalen Noel picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
personal foul. First team foul.
Clark against Prince. No good from Clark. Timberwolves lead by 19 points. Beasley, the best to read. Prince with it. Here's Beasley, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
And they worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Here's Jones. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And following this one, take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And the shot goes down. Beasley's got 6.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And Jalen Noel picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Baines checked
Checking in for the Grizzlies, Desmond Bain.
Clark outside. Pass to Bain. Knocked away. And Beasley, here we go. And he uses the glass on the way. He's got 8. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, they played a heads-up brand of basketball this entire game, and they've got to steal the program.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim. As they challenged every shot, also gotten quite a few blocks as well. And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
There's the pass to Noel. McLaughlin, the pass to Noel. Kicks it out to Prince. Just 3 to shoot. Baseline try, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Prince has got his first basket of the night. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
The Monsters check in for Minnesota. He comes in for Jordan McLaughlin. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Adams, he's checked in for B. Tillman comes in for Clark. And Culver's subbed in for Williams. Now here's Adams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Memphis moving it around. Here's Tillman. Bain for 3. Drills it from outside.
Desmond Bain.
Bain's got 7 points.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Here's the monster, and they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Morant, he's checked in for Concho. The Timberwolves shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Now here's Morant. He's guarded closer. And then Morant slams it in.
Are you for real? Morant way, way up. That move is fire.
A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that
Number 0.
Basket counts.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Just a dream scenario for them so far. Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
And so it's Memphis with it after the basket by Minnesota. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the way in. He's got 14.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Pass to Prince. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Beasley left side. Yes, that goes in.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Morant outside. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Here's the monster. And good.
Number 0.
Bounce off the right side of the rim. The Monsters got 7 now in this quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Pete.
Number 45.
That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. Third team foul. Checking in for the Grizzlies.
19 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Morant. And the rejection by Towns.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And stolen by Kabongo. Here's Culver. No good.
And as a defender, Edwards' speed and agility make him tough to shake. No easy shots with him on you.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Minnesota on top, running away with it. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Anderson and Jackson inside. Then it's Morant. Then it's Culver. And it's Bain in at the two-guard spot. So here's Towns. We're so fortunate to have so many versatile bigs in today's NBA, Chris. But of those bigs, who do you enjoy watching the most?
Oh, well, I love watching.
At the line for your Timberwolves.
Step out, hit threes,
Two shots.
control that corner action, and they're able to carry their team.
And Towns drops them both.
It's impressive how far Towns has come. Already a standout back when he was a Rookie of the Year. He's never stopped working on his game.
Bain passes to Jackson. Towns with the defensive effort.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
And he banks in the lane.
Just like his pops, Jared Jackson Jr. can pour it in close to the hoop. You can't let him get the ball in that deep.
Here's Beverly. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
Taking it right into the teeth of the defense. And it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Oh, yeah, it's getting to them. The lack of communication, the lack of trust.
Here's Morant. Following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
Just to make him a little more unstoppable, Morant's developed a deadly tear.
Here's Towns. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Defensive foul.
And obviously his
Jaren Jackson
from the
Jr.
last game has
That's his
carried
first
over
personal foul.
here tonight.
Yeah, that's
Second
why he's
team
hot.
foul.
He's playing with a lot of confidence.
At the
That's why
line for
they're going to
Minnesota.
him with such consistency.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies.
Shooting.
He comes in for Culver. And Conchar subbed in for Bain. The free throw drops for Towns.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Memphis is going to a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Back to Morant. Memphis moving it around. Here's B. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
The timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dishes it to McDaniels. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Anderson passes to B. And he slams it down right on top of Farley and Benny Towns.
This is the attitude Anderson brings. A selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guy.
Minnesota's gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. To the middle. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, he does all the good things. I mean, he does the big things. I mean, he's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
For Memphis, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Anderson passes to B. Lays it up off the glass.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
The game now requires so much movement. Big men have to cover a lot more ground. We know that. They on the perimeter, Chris. Does that add some strain physically?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Who knows? But it's less bumps and bruises, which to me was more wear and tear. So I think every case
Timberwolves
is different. I don't think you can put a blanket
Jared
statement
Vanderbilt.
over that, but
That's his first
you have to have
personal
some
foul.
skill set today.
First
Get out
team
and run,
foul.
regardless of different positions.
Shooting
And that one falls for Jackson.
Jaren Jackson
You know, Chris,
Jr.
no one wants to see
At the
play
line for
stop
two.
for a coach's challenge. But is that inconvenience outweighed by ensuring it was the right call?
It definitely is, Kevin. You know, we'd rather get the calls right than just quality and quick. So that's how I like to think. But, you know, definitely you don't want those calls all the time. But, yeah, late in the game, you need it. Guys work too hard.
Now, here's McDaniel. Shot clock at 5. Yep, it counts.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the time.
And so it's Memphis with it. After the basket by Minnesota. There's Williams with the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Noel. Into the lane. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Get the right. Finish hard with 2 hands on that stuff. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Noel. Here's Towns, and the layup falls. That's 28 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
B. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Unable to get that one. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Here's B. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And last season, All-Stars Greg missing 19% of their available games. With the shortened off seasons, are you concerned about the toll it takes?
You are, but this offseason maybe not as painfully short as the last one. And in these tough times, some sacrifices are made, no doubt. Health, perhaps, one of the biggest. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Here's McLaughlin, following the score by Memphis. To the inside. They kick out to Towns. Here he goes. And the rejection by Jackson. It's Williams, high post. That one falls.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
That's his first personal foul.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Towns. The monster comes in for Vanderbilt. Beasley's checked in for McDaniels, and B's subbed in for Jordan McLaughlin. Memphis also making some changes. Tillman, he's checked in for B, and it's Bain in for Conchar. Here's Noel.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Timberwolves.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in the mid. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Karl Anthony Towns.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. After Memphis gets the 3, drops in the tray.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great
Desmond
feeling.
He gets it in there.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
41 seconds left in the game. Here's Reed. Rebounded by Jackson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Memphis. They trail by 18. On the wing, Williams. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Williams.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Buries the long-range jumper.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but we have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Patrick. The ball was flying around tonight. A lot of assists. How big was that in the win?
We got one motto. Everybody eats, everybody get a piece of the pie. We came out here with a good intensity, and to come and play in front of the best fans in the NBA, it makes it easy for us.
Well, you guys shared the wealth tonight, and it led to a win. Thanks. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.